Usually take a little bit, and here we go. Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Around 30 Minutes. I am Deluxe. This is my channel, and I have a very special guest today. I have a Mr. Shaun Love, and he is known for a little painting. So he does some painting, he does some custom work, and it's really beautiful. How you doing, fella?
Very well. How are you, sir?
I am good, man. Thank you so much for taking time. We tried to get you on yesterday and had a little issue, had some, issue about that. And usually it's on my side because my internet sucks. But it was kind of both our faults and everything. But hey,
Yeah.
it's still good. And I'm very honored to have you on. And thank you for taking time to come on my little show. I really appreciate
Oh
it.
man, thank you. I'm the one that's honored. It's a pleasure and an honor.
Whatever. So if anybody doesn't know, I've not shown this before, and I love showing off. It's one of my favorite pieces. This is his work, okay? I know I don't have a after or before picture, but it was kind of like a dull red and blue kind of thing going on. But he made this beautiful, and I wish my camera wouldn't. Yeah, my camera just can't pick up how beautiful this is. I've showed pictures on my Instagram and everything, but this thing is just breathtaking. It's so shiny and everything. I just love it. So this is his work, and if you want any, painting work or detail or anything like that, I know you've been doing some for Joey. Is it Joey?
Joey Phelps.
Yeah, Phelps. He's been showing a lot of. You've done the Shockwave. You've done.
Mhm.
Oh my! What else have you done? Bruticus. You did
I
Zeta
did his
Bruticus.
Bruticus makeover. I've done all the heads for the Zeta Superion bots. I
Mhm.
did his Shockwave. A bunch of little things and faces here and there for him.
Yeah, and beautiful work. That Shockwave just
Thank you very much.
stunning stuff. So yeah, this is the guy you need to go to. He does some beautiful work. I'm actually I keep telling him I'm going to send that the Optimus Prime one. I still have not sent it to him yet, but I will eventually. Just haven't
Yeah, that
had
was like 6 weeks ago.
yeah. So I'm going to definitely get that Optimus from Flames Toys and everything. So well, so to start off, what is it that you collect and why do you collect?
Transformers is really the only thing. I have some Gundam, but
Okay.
it's only really just pick and choose the bots that I like. But I don't focus on that. But Transformers Masterpiece Scale is what I collect, and why. It's because the feeling it gives me every time I look at them, it takes me back to the happiest time, which was when you were a kid, when the magic was real.
Nice,
And that
nice,
is why.
nice. That's good. So you just masterpiece and I guess third party basically what you masterpiece scale is what you collect.
Yes, Masterpiece Scale, third party official.
Okay. So do you collect any chug at all or anything? Have
No.
you ever thought about doing that? No, no mainline.
When I was in the game the first go around, it was anything and everything that came out I bought. And then I had to sell out a couple years ago. And when I got back into it, it was Masterpiece Scale only.
Okay, cool. So how what do you cherry pick stuff or do you have a who's your favorite character? Is there a character that you always have to get at all anytime?
No, I do have a favorite character, but I don't. That's not what I'm doing. I do pick and choose, but it's kind of like a end all be all representation is what I'm trying to look for.
Hmm.
So I won't get everything. If something comes out that I don't think is good enough, then it's pass.
Okay.
But if it looks good enough, or if I think I can make it look good enough, then I'll pick it up.
Ah, nice. Yeah. So you do your own your own figures that you buy. You customize those too, right?
Yes, and that's how that part all started.
Okay,
I
cool.
just couldn't stand certain things, and it bothers me. And well, why not?
Exactly. It's your stuff anyway, so why not and everything. So who's your favorite character and why?
Omega Supreme.
Oh, okay.
And the reason why is because his personality is a lot like mine. He's just the big guy in the back who's quiet, and he gets called in when the heavy guns need to come.
Oh, gotcha. Very nice. Very nice. So, what do you have a third party Omega?
Yes, I have the
One?
fans' choice.
Okay, gotcha. So, well, since Omega is your favorite, I know you're not collecting Chug, but what do you think of the Siege one coming out?
It looks way better than I thought it would. I mean, it looks pretty impressive. I think it's going to be pretty good. It's going to be about $100 cheaper than the third party.
Yeah, I think it's 160 retail.
Yeah.
Well, with tax, going to be about 180, give or take, something like
Yeah,
that.
that's
Maybe.
a great option for someone who wants to pick one up if you're not into third party or almost $300.
Exactly. That's cool. So, why did you choose the Fans Toys one and not the DX9 one?
It was the colors on the fans' toys versus the Gabriel, and the overall silhouette from the side is what got me on the fans' toys.
Okay, cool. Did you do any customized work on the Fan Toys one? Did you fix it
I
up a
actually
little bit?
didn't.
Oh,
I
yeah.
actually didn't do anything to the Omega.
Okay, cool, cool.
A lot
So
of times, Fans Toys hits it so close to the mark, you really don't have to mess with them.
yeah, I'll give that. The sculpt is usually on point as
Hmm.
far as their all that sculpt work and everything. Sometimes just the I want to say the fun, the playability sometimes has been lacking a lot lately.
Hmm.
So it's not, like the Rouge and the Six Shot, the Springer Cup. Sometimes they're just not really fun to, transform back and forth.
Oh, I definitely agree on that. It's a effing nightmare to transform those things, but I'm not the type that does that. Matter of fact, I hate having to take it out of the box and fiddle with it for 6 hours until I figure out how to make it go to bot mode so I can pose it and leave it alone.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah.
what that's what I am. I'm in for the collective photo of everything standing there in a row, basically. I
Mm-hmm.
don't like to mess with them or transform them.
Okay. Cool. Very cool.
And the reason why is because they're so expensive and they are fragile in places. And if you break one, it's just aneurysm.
Yeah. I have yet to transform the Fan Toys Omega. I watch, Skullface, and I watch other people play. I think is it the legs. I think there's like a thin part or something that I guess had broken on some people or something.
Yeah, I can see that.
So I haven't even transformed him. I did transform the other ones. I broke my Rouge, and
Mhm.
I got a replacement, and I will never transform her again. So
I don't blame you. I wouldn't either.
yeah, it's a pain in the butt, But she looks good. She looks good on my shelf, and
She
that's all
looks
that matters.
great. And she can strike a pose very well.
Mhm.
It's just sometimes they're just too expensive and too fragile to mess with.
Yeah, that is true. That's true. Okay, so let's talk about what got you into customizing and painting. How long have you been doing it, and why did you do it?
It's been about a year. And how it started was, I think it was, oh, which one was it? It was a third party figure, and I just couldn't stand the color of the eyes. So I took it apart and painted the eyes. And I like the way Fans Toys were doing their eyes. The Autobots had that candy blue, and the Decepticons had the candy apple red.
Mhm.
And that's what I liked on them. So I did that to mine because I've been custom painting since I was 16, cars and motorcycles and real things. And this was nothing. So I started doing that. And then it turned into, well, if you can do this, do that. And I just started going down the road, making them look right to me. And then I started sharing on Facebook not too long ago. And then Joey was actually the first one to hit me up to do something for him. And then he shares it like crazy, and it just took off.
Yeah, it did. And you reached out to me and said,
I sure did.
if you, if when I got done with the starts because I was talking about it and everything, you said, yeah, dude, I'll do it. And I didn't really, I didn't know what you was going to do, but man, when you showed me the updated pics, I was like, oh my God, that thing's going to be so beautiful.
Yeah, I asked Bobby because what I was going to do was to buy one, paint it up, and then get your address from Bobby and send it to you.
Oh, don't do that.
And he said that was a cool idea, and then you would just love it. Well, then I saw that you had one, so I was like, he doesn't know me, but I wonder if he would let me do it for him, and you did, and that also helped it take off a lot too.
Oh yeah, no, it was my pleasure, dude. I mean, yeah, any Star Trek I'm going to buy. He's my favorite character, so I'm going to definitely buy that. But when you told me you wanted to paint it, because it was kind of dull. It was a fun build and everything, but it was dull. But then, like I said, when you showed me pictures of updates and everything, I was just like, oh my gosh, that thing's going to be beautiful. And like I told you, I ordered a little just a special case. It's going to be a little case for it with lights and everything, and I can't wait to get it. I don't know when I'm going to get it yet, but they should be shipping it soon, hopefully. And I'm going to put it in there, and I'll show you pictures and all that stuff.
Oh yeah, I can't wait to see that. It's going to be very cool.
Oh, I'm so excited. So, but yeah. So, and you started that. So, does it like when I do reviews, and I take pictures of things, it kind of relaxes me. So, does this relax you to a point?
Yes, it does. And when I do it, my time is very limited because I have two full-time jobs. So this is like my 2.5/3.
Oh, dang.
And I do it on my lunch break, an hour in the morning when I get back from the gym before I go to work, and then I do it at nighttime. And I don't have cable or satellite or internet, so this is what I do to keep my mind from going haywire.
Gotcha.
It helps slow me down, break it down, unwind, and then I go to bed and start all over.
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, and I mean, dude, You've done some beautiful work, man, and I really want to get you out there because I mean it's amazing that what you do, and it's really beautiful. Like I said, this Starscream is. I think I'm going to do a top 10 of my Starscreams, and he's going to definitely be in my top 10.
Oh, that's great, man. I really like doing it. It's, like, not only does it give me pleasure to do it, but when I see how happy someone else gets, that makes it all worth it. If you're getting paid for it or not, when you see how happy someone gets, that's what makes it worth it.
Cool. So, do you have any projects you're working on right now that you can tell about? Are you working for
Yeah,
anybody else?
yeah. We've got his name's Tony. We got another Bruticus makeover going on for him. I'm about 70% done with it.
Okay.
And then there's another guy, Christopher. I've got his KFC Ditka.
Okay.
And he wanted the inside of his tracks purple. So we're doing that. And that is a pain in the ass. But it's coming along nicely. And I've got some other stuff for Joey in. And then there's another guy, BJ, hit me up today. He's sending his Shockwave to get the makeover.
Oh, congrats. Nice. Very nice. Can't wait. Are you going to kind of do it the same way that you did?
Yes. He wants his Shockwave the same way as Joey's, the same color, everything.
Okay, nice. Okay, awesome. Noble Young, how do I get with my man? You can reach him at Shaun Love. He's on Facebook, if that's who you're, trying to get with. If you want anything done, he'll definitely, is there anything that you won't, don't want to tackle or anything, or will you just tackle anything that you just like the challenge?
I won't do MPO 9 again, ever.
Okay.
That was a nightmare. You actually have to break him to open up his chest to take him apart because it's glued together from the factory.
Really? Oh,
It's not fun at all, and he is so brittle, and those pins are very tight. I got mine apart, and the only time I broke him was to break his chest apart.
Yeah.
But I won't do another one.
Okay.
Never.
Okay. Well, there you go, folks. He won't do MPO 9, but he'll tackle anything else, and that's awesome. So cool. Cool things. But yeah, Double, if that's what you're asking, definitely reach out to him. He's on Facebook, and he'll just PM him, dropping his DMs, and he'll definitely hook you up, man. Okay, so if you, I'm just going to get a little, not too personal, but a little personal. And I don't want anything to happen to you, but if you could have one last meal, what would that last meal be?
Yeah, I hear you ask this question all the time, and I thought about it, and it hit me like almost instantly. What I want for my last meal is the pizza off the Ninja Turtles movie. And opening scenes of the Ninja Turtles, that New York pizza they're eating is just cheese melting everywhere. I want that pizza for my last meal. I've never seen pizza look that good in my life.
You probably
That's what I want for my last meal.
Nice. That's not a bad. And the best pizzas come from Brooklyn, so you have to.
Yeah, that's what they say.
That's what Robert Detox says, but I don't know. No, I had some in Brooklyn. It wasn't that bad, to be honest. It was pretty good. So, do you eat cereal, and do you have a favorite one?
I don't eat cereal. I did when I was a kid, but I don't now because I eat pretty clean to stay on the diet.
Okay, gotcha. But you are skinny. You're a little skinny.
Probably, I bet it's been 15 years since I had a bowl of cereal.
Oh man, cereal's so good. So, okay, then what's your favorite sandwich? What's your go-to sandwich that you would like?
I don't eat sandwiches either. I stay away from bread.
Well, what do you eat then? Chicken? You just eat chicken all the time.
I eat a lot of chicken, a lot of beef. I do eat cheese.
That's good.
Rice, broccoli, greens.
I eat a lot of chicken too. I'm trying to lose weight. The last two, I'm in that little ROC thing, and I gained a pound. So I'm not doing good. But it's all right.
Like your face, you're still down.
Yeah, I've lost about 14, 15 pounds. So whatever. Food is my drug. I don't drink. I don't do drugs. I don't smoke or anything. It's food. Food has always been an issue with me, and I'll lose weight, and then I'll just gain it back, and it's back and forth and everything. So I need to stick to a program and get it done. But
the best way to do that is probably when you are dieting, or what your diet consists of. It might be the food that you're actually eating. You can diet and eat really good Southern food like we like, and you can have plenty of it if you just eat the right things the right way, and I can help you with that.
Okay. No, I definitely. I would love, I get on, certain points where I eat, I eat a lot of chicken, a lot of beef. I try to stay away from pork, but man, pork stuff's really good. And bacon. God, bacon's so good. Come on now.
There's actually a lot of good fats in bacon that you actually need for repairs. I mean, you can have your bacon, just you don't want to eat it every day and 6 pounds of it.
Yeah, that's true. Well, yeah, I don't eat. God dang, I don't know if I could eat 6 pounds every day. That's a lot of bacon. Divas. But yeah, I'll definitely reach out and see what what your secrets are and everything. So.
Mhm.
So you told me you have a girlfriend. So
Yeah.
what did your girlfriend think of your collecting? And did or does she know about it? Have you kept it, a secret to her, or what did
No,
she
I
think about it?
didn't keep it a secret from her. It was one of the first things I actually told her, and the first thing she saw when she walked to my house, because my setup is in my living room.
Okay.
I've been single for so long. And she saw it, and she immediately started laughing. And I was
Oh.
red in the face, and like, here we go. This is make or break time.
Hmm.
And she knew what they were, which everyone really knows what a transformer is. It's a
Right.
robot. And then I had to break it down to her and tell her why I do it
Hmm.
and how long I've been doing it. And she was actually okay with it. She goes, it's really cool that you're that passionate about something. And the reason why you do it is because it takes me back to the happiest time I can remember, being a child when everything was magical.
Hmm.
And that was the thing that got to her. I mean, she's like, I wish I had something myself that could do that.
Hmm.
So she was totally okay with it. And she teases me and pokes the tiger every now and then about it, but it's all in good fun.
Hmm.
My ex-wife, on the other hand, loathed it. It embarrassed her, is what she told me.
Really?
It was a huge fight all the time. But
Mm.
this new one, she's cool with it. She thinks it's really awesome. I'm that passionate about it, and the reason why.
Well, that's a great answer, and I did too with my wife right now, Belisa. I told her, I was like, I was up front, even on the first date. I was like, look, I'm a collector. She's like, well, what do you collect? I'm like, I collect Transformers. And she knew, she kind of knew. She's younger than me. She's about 9 years younger than me. So when she was born, Transformers was just in the midst, the middle of, their popularity. And I
Mm-hmm.
told her, and she's like, okay, that's fine and everything, but she didn't know how much of a collector I was. And this was, like almost 10 years ago. So my collection is way bigger, but I had a lot of stuff back then.
Mm-hmm.
So that's like your girlfriend, she understood, and I told her, I'm passionate about it. And she did what your girlfriend did. She's like, oh, okay, that's cool and everything. But like I said, she was kind of, when she came in and saw my collection, she was like, huh,
Yeah.
all right. So yeah, so that is cool. So what does she think about your paintings and your
She
your
actually
stuff?
likes that more than why I collect, because she's kind of artsy too. She likes that stuff like that. And
Okay.
she loves to see me create, because that's what I do. I create. I take something that's ugly, worn, broken, damaged, and then I make it new and shiny again. I mean, so she digs that, and she loves to see what I'm doing and what I take something and turn it into. She's all about that. And
Okay.
she's my biggest supporter, really, besides you and Joey. I mean, she's always behind me asking me questions. She told me that because I told her when you asked me to come on and do this the first time, that this happened, and she said, you need to do that. I was like, I don't know. People don't know how to take me. I come off wrong. I'll embarrass myself, or I'll say something really stupid. And she said, cowboy up, basically. Get your ass on there and do it.
She
Yes,
basically
ma'am.
handed her balls. She handed her your balls and said, "Man, go,
Yeah,
come
she
on."
did. She did.
No, man, you can't say. I mean, dude, no. I wanted you on, for a while and everything. I want anybody on. Like, I don't care who you are. If you want to come on and talk, I am more than happy to have you on. And you can't say anything stupid. If I know you listen to Shattercast, and so I know you
Oh, God.
know that I say stupid crap all the time. And Robert says stupid. Everybody says stupid crap. So it's fine. And if people take you wrong, and that's fine. That's the way they see things. But you're a great guy. I've always since we've been talking and everything, since that you're awesome, dude. And that's why I really
Oh,
wanted
thanks,
you on.
man. And you're also one of the friendliest humans on this earth you can talk to. I mean, you're just so happy all the time. Like, it gives me faith in humanity.
Well, no, I've tried to be, especially towards this, this fandom and everything, which I'll ask you a little bit about the fandom in a second. But, it's so much negativity, I'm not going to say so much, but there's a lot.
There's a lot. It is so much. It's ridiculous what it is.
I don't want to do that. I don't want to be negative. There are terrible Transformers out there. There are bad stuff, but I try to see the good in it. And if I don't have anything good to say about it, I just say, it's fine. It's fine. It definitely is. It's just a toy. People fight over toys. Once I go through my feed on Facebook, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, why are they fighting over toys? I mean, really, we're grown ass men.
It's wild, isn't it?
It is. It really is. So, all right. So, So what is something that people don't know about you that you could, that you want to, tell people? I don't, don't say anything embarrassing or anything, but what is something that, people don't know about you that you would like the people to know?
Like the community people.
Yeah, I mean anybody. Yeah, just anybody who's watching. It's something that people just don't know about you that you can speak if you want to. You don't have to say anything. You'd be like, there's nothing really.
I mean, nothing special. It's if you ever talk to me, I mean, I'd tell you anything you wanted to know. I don't have any hidden talents that people don't know about or appendages that someone doesn't know about.
You're like an open book then. That's cool.
Pretty
That's
much.
fine.
I mean, straightforward.
Fine. Cool. Okay. Well, we'll go into another question. So, if you, let's see. So let's say, so Transformers has been around 35 years. Okay. We've had the same basic, mostly, throughout the same basic characters thing. So if they did a whole new lineup of different characters, still a good versus evil kind of thing and different, everything's different, different planet, different things. Would you be on board with that with different characters? Would you like to see something like that?
I would like to see something like that, but you're going to have to really bring it heavy to get people's attention and to break them loose from the G1 days and their classic cookie cutter, good guy, bad guy, leader, and peons, basically. I mean, you're really going to have to do some writing and some creativity work to make it stick. So people like us that are so hardcore into the past, we're going to have to pay attention to something new. You're going to have to come happy to get our attention and keep it.
That's a good point. That's a really good point because, there are some hardcore G1 fans out there and they're stuck in their ways. I don't know if they would, open with open arms, appreciate some different characters and different, writing and everything, all that good stuff. So that's a good point. So what would you like to see from Transformers, like moving forward to last another maybe 35 years? What would you like to see from the franchise, to keep you interested in it still?
The live action movies keep going, and they need to. They're kind of doing it now. Just stray away from the Bayverse, kind of continue with this Bumblebee thing they're going on. And then the Netflix movies that people talk about they want, like animated IDW type movies, I think that would be the biggest hit they could do because people would stream that like crazy to see the Lost Light and the Last Stand of the Wreckers and those type of things renditioned in an animation movie, I think would be a huge hit. And then, like you say, if they want to continue the line, they got to give us something new, but with a little taste of the past, so it keeps us interested.
Okay, that's a good point. And I've always said, they are doing something straight from Netflix in 2020. They're doing the War for Cybertron, which I've always, been a fan if they would go do straight to Netflix, and I think that's going to really help the franchise. If the writing and and I think they're going to do some new, not new characters, but new animation style. So yeah. I think it's going to help Transformers a lot. I'm really hoping because the straight to Netflix thing and straight to video. But like you said, the Lost Light, I think that would be cool. The Wreckers, All Hail Megatron.
Yeah.
Man, I would love to see that on Netflix. I think.
And the only thing that scares me about that is don't dumb it down. Because I think your core audience is going to be like us. 30s to 40s, late 20s. Don't dumb it down. Don't make it too kiddie. Give us something like the comics were, because they have some pretty grown up ideals in there. Keep the animation that way, and that'll make us feel like we're watching something almost grown up instead of just watching a cartoon on Netflix.
Exactly. Maybe do something like Prime. Prime was, I mean, it was for adults, but it was also for kids kind of. They had a little kiddie in it, a little kind of thing, concept. But I think that Prime was very well, portrayed, and it was a wonderful cartoon. And I wish they would do something like that.
Yeah, they could go along that lines, and because the IDW stuff's a little darker in nature than that, but somewhere around that lines and just a little tad more edgier, I think would be the perfect balance.
Oh yeah, nice. You said edgy, nice. So, if you could own a company, if you owned a third-party company, and you had your first, figure coming out, who would it be, and what scale would it be?
I would probably, well, if I had the resources to do it, I'm going to come heavy. So I'm going to be masterpiece scale, and I would do a Rodimus Prime.
Oh, nice. Why?
Because that's something that people, I think, really want. MPL9 was great looking. He didn't function very well. He is brittle, which he's old. I get it, but he looked great. And the DX9 Carry, is that what he's called?
Yep.
Okay, he's great, but he's really not the same aesthetic that the Masterpiece line is going towards.
Right.
So I think if you bring a third party or anybody, bring a Masterpiece Rodimus Prime into the game with the new aesthetic that everything's going, I think you could really rock it if you brought your A game.
Nice. Yeah, I think so. Hey, that's a good point. DX9 Carry, I love. It's probably one of my favorite DX9, figures from them. But like I said, it's just it doesn't fit with the 86, with what we have out right now. It just doesn't fit. It's kind of stylized and everything, but it's a wonderful. I love it. It's one of my favorite figures from DX9.
Yeah.
So, but it kind of sucks. Like I said, it just doesn't fit in anywhere. So
that's the thing. And then some of these older ones are starting not to fit in either. So it's kind of just a circle that never ends. But
yeah, that's true. That's true. I would love to. I think if I tackled, I've been wanting an Astral Train. I'm not happy with the. I sold the DX9 Chigger, and I'm not. I've sold him a long time ago, and I didn't get the Toy World one because it's kind of chuggish. And I would love to see an Astral Train. I know we're getting a Siege one. It's later class, but it's just not. It's great for my Chug collection. It's not masterpiece. I would love to see a third party company tackle a Astral Train and even a new Blitzwing. I have the Ditka one, but
I know what you mean, man. I had him for about 7 days and I sold him. I couldn't take it.
He lasted a week and he's like, yeah, I'm good. But yeah, I would love to if someone would tackle both of those. I think it'd be real, especially an Astral Train. I think we are due an Astral Train, so that's cool.
But apparently those are one of the harder ones to do because we've only had a few, and some of them weren't very good hits.
That is true. So, so here's another question: if you lost, I don't want anything happening, like I said, bad happy. But if you lost your collection, or you sold your collection, let's say you sold your collection, and you started back up, would you start off doing it different? And why would you not do that? The same way you're doing it now.
Well, actually, this has happened. So I did have to sell off my collection.
Yeah, so I'm just asking a question you already knew about.
Yeah, that I've actually lived through. And when the decision to start it over again was pretty hard to make because financially I had no breathing room whatsoever. That's while I work 2 jobs now is to stay alive. And anything I do extra after 2 jobs is what I can spend on various things. So when I made the decision to get back in it, it was a very strict pick and choose. Only if you can save up enough money for one at a time. And you need to have a certain direction, like laser straight. This is what I'm doing so I can achieve it. And it was no chugs, no IDW stuff anymore, no other things. It was strictly, this is the best thing for this character that we can get, the masterpiece scale. This is what I'm going after. So I would pick that up, and then the next character, then I would pick that up, and that's how I started over. Okay. And if I had to do it again, it'd be the same way. Just
so I should have just said, how did you change your collection? Change.
Yeah.
So that was basically that was my bad on my part.
No, it's not big deal.
So let's see if I have any other questions for you. So is anybody in the chat room? We got about 7 people watching. Has anybody got a question for this lovely young man? Anybody got anything for him? Ask it right now, and I'll definitely reach out. I'll definitely ask him. Duh, Kelly. Okay. So this is what I'm gonna ask you. So, we was talking earlier about the fandom and everything. So, what do you think of the fandom? And is it more toxic, or do you don't even pay attention to that, or you try to stay away from that kind of stuff?
I see it, and you see it everywhere. Any Facebook group, you'll see someone in there running their mouth or just dogging everybody and everything. And every forum, you'll see the same thing. I just zoom on by it. I don't really pay attention to it because I don't really care what people have to say, especially if it's negative. There are some really cool people out there. If you ever get to know them, I mean, they can be your best friends. I've known Bobby for 5-6 years now.
Oh, really? Okay.
Almost every day. I text him and bother him, and he gives me a good or it's fine, and I move on.
He does that. He's
Oh,
like,
no. God, it burns me up. But I hope every time I text him, I hope just a little bit that I'm bugging him. Some kind of victory with him.
that's awesome. He probably like, don't do that. Don't do that.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he looks at his phone. He's like, God, what does he want now? And it's something stupid to send him.
I'm sure he enjoys it. He's not like
Oh
that.
yeah, that's. I commented on something on Facebook the other day, just poking fun at him, just poking him with a stick, and someone tried to jump on me, and I was like, no, Bobby knows how I'm talking to him. He gets it. It's like I poke him with a stick until he snaps at me, and then I wait, and then I poke him again. He like,
Yeah. You're like a little brother, like a little annoying little brother, like
that's
yeah.
basically what I'm trying to do. Is if I can annoy Bobby at least once a day, I'm happy.
That's good. Good goals, man. That's a good goal.
I'm
Maybe I
telling
should
you,
do
man, I'm shooting for the mountain. But the community wise, when someone starts running their head or they're just being nasty, I don't care. You're not writing my check. You're not kissing me goodnight. You're not someone I talk to every day. So I don't care if you're going to be nasty. Go be mad in your cave and move on about your day.
Yeah.
But I don't get involved in it. I sit back, I look, I listen. If there's something I want to say, I say it. If you say something back, if I can correct you because you took me the wrong way, I will. But other than that, I don't care. I don't care at all. You meet some really nice people, and then you talk to them. Maybe you'll meet more, maybe you won't.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point. I try not to get into it. I've told people I will type out a long ass paragraph and then it just be like sitting there, be like, do I really want to get in the middle of this? And most of the time I'm like, nope, don't want to do it, and delete it. And,
moving on. That's all you got.
Just go along, everything. So you've known Bobby for so. Do y'all ever talk about collaborating or maybe or something or doing something like he does a lot of diodes and stuff and everything?
No, I never have. A long time ago, I started painting something for Bobby. This was in the beginning that I told him, or I asked him if it'd be cool if I could paint him something. Would he take it? And he's like, yeah, sure. And I started painting him something, and then I would start over because it wasn't right or it wasn't perfect. Because I know Bobby's real artistic too, and I actually commissioned Bobby for a bunch of drawings back in the day.
Oh, cool.
So what I was doing for him is I wanted it absolutely perfect because I was trying to show off. But also, it was for friends, so I wanted as good as I could get it, and I never could get this one thing right on it, so I threw it to the side. But that's the only thing we've almost ever shared. Besides, I bought some drawings from him and commissioned him for some, which turned out beautiful. One of them was a present to my father for Christmas one year, and that yellow Ford truck that I used to drive with the flames, I had posted on Facebook.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, Bobby took that picture of that truck and he made it a robot. And a drawing.
Oh, really?
And I gave it to my dad for Christmas one year, and it's one of my dad's favorite things. It's one of my favorite things, and I can't thank Bobby enough for doing that. Because I put him through hell when he was drawing that. I was so picky, and I would ask him to change things or this was wrong, and he'd call me and give me his attitude, and you know how it is.
You're killing me, Smalls. Bobby, I don't know what he's talking about. It's okay.
He knows. He knows. Call me, Bobby. You love me. You know it.
Yeah, he does. He's a wonderful man. Actually, I got the New Age Harry, whatever the Prowl. I just got that. Robert sent it to me, and it went to Bobby first. And I got some funny stuff I'm gonna talk about on my review when I do it. It's probably gonna smell like a vape juice, like donuts and something like that. It's gonna smell like that. Come on now. I hope it's not broke either. So.
It's 14 pieces right now.
Probably. Anyway, but anyways, yeah. So does anybody have any questions for this guy? Nobody's David. I am looking for Osmosis Jones Treadmasters toys for me. I have no idea what you're talking about, fella. I'm sorry. Do you know what that is?
No clue.
Okay. Well, anyway, sorry, David. But thank you for coming in. We really appreciate it. Anybody else got a question? I don't have any questions. I have one more, but it's usually the last question I ask. So I just want to make sure if anybody wants to ask this question or anything. Do you have any questions for me? I mean, I guess we can go back and forth if you want to. I don't know. While you ask me questions, sometimes I'm just.
Well, I'll ask you some questions. What would your last meal be?
Oh, good. My last meal will be my mother-in-law's chicken and dumplings because I love so. She makes some chicken and dumplings and macaroni and cheese, man. She is so awesome at cooking and love her to death, love her to death. But yeah, she makes me some. We went. See, I've been taking care. Took care of my mom for a while and everything, but I couldn't do anymore, so we had to put her into a home. And I finally, I haven't got to see her family in about a year and a half, almost 2 years. And we went last weekend, and she made me some chicken and dumplings, and I was just like, oh, it was so good. I think that's why I gained a pound, because it was so good. I don't care.
Sometimes you have to, man. You can't restrict life so much. You have to splurge, and sometimes food is the best way to splurge.
That's true. Collecticon, he asked, "What do you do to prep the plastic for paint?" That's good. I should have asked you a question like this, because that's what you're known for. So how do you do a normal paint job like that?
Okay. So my normal day-to-day job, I am a painter at a body shop.
Okay,
I've done it professionally since I was 18. And so what we do when I do your bot is I prep it, I paint it the same way I would something on your car. So it's going to get completely disassembled. It's going to get washed, and then it's going to get sanded. And then it's going to get washed again and then degreased before it's ready for paint. But there's a lot of steps in between that, because you have to relieve the plastic for the joints that swivel. Anything that uses friction or anything that bends around each other, you have to remove material to account for the paint so it doesn't touch or rub.
Okay.
Because that's what happens when something chips, is enough pressure has been applied to break the bond. So you have to sand down all these edges, and there are hundreds on these bots, because some of these bots have close to 200 parts when you really disassemble it. So you have to hit every edge. You have to block sand everything down to account for the mill thickness of the paint and blah, blah, blah. So everything gets completely 100% sanded. It gets degreased and washed twice. And then before paint, because I use automotive paint, I use an adhesion promoter first.
Oh.
Which is actually your first layer. That's what's going to stick to the plastic. It opens the pores up in the plastic for the next coat to adhere to. And then it gets primed and it gets based and cleared. So that's the procedure for plastic. And the same way on your car, like your bumpers on your cars and stuff that are plastic, that's the same thing that happens to them when they come to the body shop. It gets degreased and washed, sanded, degreased and washed again, adhesion promoter, sealer, paint, clear coat.
Nice. Man, that's a lot of steps, man.
It is.
You're awesome. You're awesome.
That's where the time and the work comes in. But if you really want those slick gloss paint jobs, you really got to spend time on them. Gotcha. And it all starts from the bottom.
Gotcha. Very nice. That's cool. That's really, so I'll ask you something. David asked us, do you guys like the Hellboy Ron Perlman show or movies? Do we like the Hellboy? I guess there was 2 of them. Do you like the Hellboy movie?
Yeah, those are awesome.
Yeah, I like them.
I can't wait for this next one. I really want to check that out.
Are you looking forward to it? I don't think he looked as good as Ron did, to be honest. I think he looks kind of emo-ish. I don't know. I don't know if it's emo, but I don't know. It just doesn't sit well with me as much as Ron did.
That's right. Yeah. That dude looks like a comic book character in real life anyways, with no makeup on.
Yeah. He looks like, I've seen the memes where like he looks like a cat or something. Or like that stuff. But yeah, I like the Ron Perlman movies. They're really good and everything. So, but to get back on the painting, what has been your favorite thing you've done? What is you've just you've looked at it and just like wow, this is my best work. What has been your favorite, and what is your as far as working with painting?
It's going to be between the MP09, Rodimus, and probably the Soundwave.
Oh, okay, nice.
The Soundwave was my first 100% complete repaint, and it turned out magnificent. And then the Rodimus, just because it was so damn hard to do and put it back together where you could still move it and manipulate it and it wouldn't just crumble. And those two are probably a tie. Soundwave because I like the way it looks, and Rodimus because I actually made it happen, and it still works. So
was the Rodimus you, or was it for somebody else?
That was mine.
Okay, cool. I'd like to see. Send me some pictures. I'd like to see it. See what everything. So, and how long did it take you to finish? Like, how long did it take you to do the Starscream right here?
A Starscream? I can't remember because I was doing like 3 or 4 things at once.
Oh, okay. Well, take the Shockwave that you just did. How long did
10 days.
2 days?
10.
Oh, 10. Ooh,
10 days.
That's a lot of man work, man. Damn, dude.
And that was if I had one thing to do and I didn't have 14 other jobs, like my normal 2 jobs, I could bust that out in probably 3.
Okay.
But between everything else, it's about a 10-day turnaround for a MP Shockwave size bot.
That's still not bad at all, to be honest. I mean, to just for the work that you do, I mean, I would, I would not expect any less. I think that's not far, too far of a, 10 days is not bad at all. I can't spit it out, Jeeves. Come on now. I think 10 days is perfect, and everything. So that's really cool. So, let's see. Anybody else? Why that's quite a process for painting plastic. It is. Yes. What's up, Ralph? How you doing? What's up, good fams? Nobody have any questions? I will ask my final question. So where do you see yourself and your painting in 5 years from
now? In 5 years, pretty sure I'll have every one of these figures in my collection painted by then.
Nice.
That's kind of the goal, because the more I look at them, the more it bothers me. Because when you have one completely done next to even one that looks nice, you're like, ugh.
You're setting up a higher standard on your stuff. You're just like, man, my stuff looks good, and look at all this crap.
But the actually, in 100% honesty, the ones that are the closest are the fans' toys. Their finish is usually the best you can get from a factory. Like Takara is a close second, but I still think fans' toys pushes them out of the water a lot.
Oh, okay. Do you have their Cyclonus?
Mm-hmm. And I actually changed the white on him to a light pink with pearl in it.
I want to see a picture of that too, man.
It looks way better. To me, it does. It looks more like the cartoon. Plus, it looks like something they would have done from the factory.
Yeah, I mean, I love the paint. That purple is so nice. I love purple on a Transformer. I always say that. I don't know why, but it just looks so good. You would think Shockwave or something would be my favorite character, or Galvatron, but they're not. But I just love purple on a Transformer. I just think and then what you did with that Shockwave was very nice.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
No problem. Can you make a cheaper looking figure like open and play Springer look masterpiece quality? Could you do that? Have you messed around with the open and play ones?
No, I haven't.
Do you think you can make it look like a masterpiece figure?
Oh yeah, you would be surprised with the right paint and some certain details just in a few areas will do to something. It will really bring it to life, and that's something that's affordable because the figure itself is not that expensive to start with. And then you sink some money into it, then you're up there to like normal third-party prices, but it's going to be just as good visually. So that would be a really good project for someone wanting to do, is to buy something like that and then get it worked over, and you would be surprised what I could make it look like.
That's
because I can also do molding and some styling work. It's not just paint on my end, so I can make that thing look pretty good.
Very nice. That's a good, well put, really well put. He also asked, could you make Cabana Wars Devastator? Could you take a let's say a Chug or a mainline figure and make it kind of, I guess masterpieces, kind of, maybe?
It would depend, because like the Chug style has so much extra stuff on it.
Okay.
You would have to remove well, you wouldn't have to, but to fit in with the MP aesthetic, you would have to remove a lot of it. You'd probably have to size it up a little bit, which could be done, but by the time you end up paying for that, you'd be better off just to buy an MP figure of it.
Okay. Yeah.
Unless that's something you wanted.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so, when people, and I've heard this argument, when people buy the Cabana Wars, combiners and stuff, and they add on, the feet, all the accessories and everything. And by the end of the day, you're almost paying for a full third party, combiner.
Yeah, that's true. So, I mean, it's whatever you want, whatever makes you happy. But if you're looking just to go in at it hardcore, then just buy the third party. I mean, third party's been around so long now, people shouldn't have this dogma visual of it, because it's pretty good stuff nowadays. All of them are pretty good stuff. I mean, you're going to be all right no matter which one you buy. It's not junk anymore.
Yeah, that's true. That's a true one. Collecticon said you need to do a YouTube channel and start showing your finished repaints. Well, he doesn't have internet.
I'm broke and poor.
So man, I would love for that. I think that'd be awesome. It would really expand your resume and all that stuff and everything. But I understand why you don't, but I think it would be an awesome and wonderful. I would definitely watch it. I would definitely love to see how you do everything and all that stuff. Like when I told you when you sent pictures of me of the Starscream and updates and everything, I was simply amazed. I was like, wow, that looks good. And I would love to see something like that, on the YouTube channel. I think it'd be really cool.
Yeah, there's a couple I think they're Korean guys that do that, but they do it with Gundam when they're building and painting their Gundams, and they are magnificent painters, and they show the whole process and speed some of it up, throw some music in the back, and it's actually really cool just to watch and listen to something entertaining and watch these guys work and create. So that's a really good idea, but I'm way too stupid to try to do that.
Oh, you're not stupid. Come on now.
I can barely work my telephone, much less a computer.
You're like this. You're like,
yeah, exactly. And then hit it with a hammer.
Exactly. Definitely. So Transform video games. Sorry if this question been already addressed. Kind of late. That's fine. Do you customize your own figures, and can people pay you to do projects? You can answer.
Yes, sir. It's usually what I start is I'll do one of mine and then show it just to let people see what it can look like, and then they'll hit me up if they want that done or if they want something else done.
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah. Just hit me up.
Yeah, hit him up. Shaun Love, he's on Facebook. Just dropping his DMs, and he'll definitely, like I said, I showed this earlier, and I've shown this on my Instagram and everything. This, I don't know if anybody's seen the Flame Toys original. It's just like a pale red and everything, and just a kind of a dull reddish and everything. But this is what he does, and it is so beautiful. The camera I have cannot just focus on how beautiful the thing is. Like I said, I'm getting a little case for it. I'm gonna put some lights in it, and it's gonna be awesome. So that is some of his work, and he's done some work. You usually post it on the Cybertron Cafe, and everything. I think Joey, what's his last name? Golly, I keep forgetting. Yeah, he's been posting a lot of his stuff. He just did a shockwave for him and everything, and
there's a reason why I get Joey to post all my stuff recently, because the top half of my phone is busted. When you go to post something, the post button's right up there in the top, and that screen doesn't rotate, so I can't post anything right now until I get my phone replaced. So I get Joey to hustle for me, and he does a great job.
Send me, dude. If you want, I'll definitely be happy. I'll post it on my Deluxe, Hell Hasbro, whatever Facebook I have, and I'll definitely post them. If you need anything posted, I'll definitely help. I know Joey wants to also, but I'll be happy to do it.
I wish I could send all of my stuff to you to take pictures of, because man, you don't get enough credit for your pictures, man. They're beautiful. You take very, very good pictures. I wish I could have you photograph all my stuff. It would actually look professional then. That would be awesome.
No, you don't need that. It'll be fine. But yeah, no, I think you appreciate it. I love taking pictures. Like you love doing the paint thing. That's what I love doing. It's taking pictures. So it really.
You're very good at it. Very, very.
Thank you. And sorry if I missed it. How do you achieve your gloss level? So
my gloss. Okay. So the sheen and the gloss level on the robots that you're seeing of mine comes from the preparation of the plastic, because you can't really tell how not smooth these plastic pieces are because they're dull most of the time. Yeah. If you were to start sanding or block sanding, you would see how uneven they are. So to get a really nice gloss sheen, it needs to be as flat as possible. So you have to block out every single piece of the plastic to make it flat.
Oh, okay.
And then you work through your grades, because you're going to need it as flat and almost as smooth as you can get it to still allow adhesion. And then that's going to give you your base to get the slickest finish you can. Now, once you get to the clear coat stage, I use automotive 2K clear coat. That's the shiniest stuff you're going to be able to get. There's no enamel or lacquer or acrylic or anything else you can get that's going to be as shiny as automotive clear coat. So the drawback to automotive paint is, number one, it's thicker, and number two, it's extremely expensive. Like that Shockwave alone has $60 of paint on it.
Wow. Really?
So, I mean, because everything I mixed, I ran across the scale here at the shop, and it cost tracks, so I can see how much paint I'm actually putting on and how much it costs.
Wow.
So that's one of the reasons why it's so shiny and it's going to look as good, is because of the paint I use and then what you have to do to prep the pieces for paint. It's not just a scuff and paint. I mean, I really take time to make them look nice, as you can tell.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, definitely. Definitely. That was TKO, Chris. I think it was Chris that asked that question. He does customizing.
Oh man, dude, Chris is another talented guy. I've been watching his stuff recently, That dial he did for his Stunticons, that was amazing. Have you seen it?
I don't think so. Did he post it?
Yeah, he was in a customs group and posted his diorama for
I don't think I'm in the custom group, so yeah, I probably would have seen
Oh,
it.
okay. I seen it somewhere else too. It was amazing. It was really good.
Nice. There you go. See, you got a shout out. Good job, Chris.
Thanks, Chris. Appreciate it, man.
Ralph wants to know, how do you set your prices?
I set my prices. They're based on figure and what you want done to this figure, because some figures have more parts than others,
Yeah.
and some are twice as hard to take apart and put back together as others. Like, for instance, your MP Shockwave and your MP Soundwave. Soundwave has probably 46, I think, more parts than Shockwave. They're about the same size, but Soundwave has more parts, more colors, more separations. So he is more than Shockwave.
Okay.
So it's kind of parts count and how hard they are to take apart. And if I haven't messed with one, or if I have no knowledge of it, and that's kind of shooting the dark. Sometimes I win, sometimes I lose. So it's just one of those deals. It's a figure by figure basis and what you want done.
Okay, cool. That's reasonable. I think it's reasonable. Okay, well, I guess that will be. I don't have any questions. Anybody else? I don't think anybody else has any question or anything. But I just want to say, David, it was an honor. I had a wonderful time. You are welcome back anytime you want to get on. I had a great time, dude. I really learned some new stuff. I would love to do that. I would love to, if I could be able to do stuff like that. I'm not really talented like that. I love to. Have you ever thought about doing dials or anything? Have you ever thought about doing that stuff?
I thought about it, but it's just like in my head, my goal for my future display is not going to involve dials. It'll be a custom made case that takes up the whole wall. Okay. That will be LED lit with backed by mirror. So the dials, for what I want to see when I walk into my room, the dials wouldn't work for me.
Okay.
But I've done some stuff like that before for like kids' school projects type of thing. So I think I could venture into that and really do some cool stuff. But that's just not what I'm into right now.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, tell them tell everybody where they can find you. I've already said it, but tell them again, I guess, if you want to.
Yeah. Shaun Love. I'm on most of the Facebook groups. Shaun Diesel on TFW 2005. I post there a lot most of the time. And that's it. If you want something done, if you have any questions, hit me up. I'll do my best to answer them. And you'll find that my prices are not cheap, but they are nowhere near the most expensive. I'm very reasonable for what you get. And you will always get more from me than what you paid for, I promise.
There you go. And this is, once again, I got to show this off again. I hope it gets it, man. So pretty.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. It was a pleasure to do that.
So yeah, hit this guy up, man. He's really talented. You will not be. Ask Joey. Reach out to Joey also. He's sending him stuff all the time. I mean, he's showing me all the stuff, everything. So definitely reach out to this guy. And once again, like I said, I'm very honored to have you on here, and thank you for taking time out to come on my little show. I really appreciate it.
Man, thank you for having me. As soon as you asked me, I felt like I was starstruck, like I just had a celebrity. No, man, I'm serious. It was awesome. Thank you very much for coming on and show my face.
Don't do that. Shout out to Bobby. Anyways, but yeah, y'all go down and hit that like button and hit that little sub button. It helps the channel out and everything. And I hope y'all like this. I love doing this. I love doing all my stuff, but I love really doing this. I get to talk to people, very, very talented people out there, and I'm glad to showcase what they are known for. And I really would like to do more. So if you want to come on around 30 minutes, just hit me up, drop them DMs or something, and we'll set up a date or time, and I'll get you on here, and we'll have a good time. So I guess that will be it. I will see you on the next around 30 minutes. And as always, Hail Hasbro, and good night, folks. Yay.